actually felt much further away than the score reflected. The Steelers' defense is the story of the game. They had 6 takeaways and 5 sacks. The Colts had 4 total turnovers in the first 8 games.
Right.
So this was completely unlike anything we've seen from them. Daniel Jones, a career-high 5 turnovers. He had the 3 picks and the 2 fumbles lost. This was the most takeaways in a single game for the Steelers since 2010.
Yeah, those defenses in 2009, 10, 11, they were special defenses.
James Harrison
Holy
specials,
crap. Yeah, they were scary getting ready for that group. But that's what we expected the Steelers to look like this year. I mean, again, I never thought they were going to be a top 5 defense in football, but I thought, hey, Aaron Rodgers will come. They'll be efficient on offense. He'll hit the open receivers, and their defense will be good and make plays like we always see kind of Pittsburgh do. But that was the first game this year we've kind of seen that. The 2 edge guys who are the guys that I look at to go, no, you guys got to make the big plays in the big moments. TJ Watt, Alex Highsmith, even Nick Herbig behind him. Those are the guys that got to show up. Those are the guys that, at least to me, when I look at their defense, go, they can go above and beyond the playbook, right? That's the big thing. And they popped out in a big way yesterday. Also, I had said this in the viewing room earlier in the day, right? I was kind of like, I think, I know some people in football, and I know a bunch of people in Pittsburgh, and I was texting with one of them during the week. And not that they told me the game plan, but I got the sense they were going to change it up on defense. And I told the room that yesterday. I was like, I think Pittsburgh's going to play a little different. I was like, I don't know what that means.
Right.
I'm not trying to ask somebody their game plan, right? But they're going to change a little bit in their approach. That was what I was led to believe. And what it was in the game is they played zone the whole game. They played zone 70% of the snaps or something like that, right?
70%. Season high.
Right. And I think that was their changeup. They said, wait, why are we putting some of these guys on islands that are just not island corners anymore? So you do that. You play an offense that's got 90 million guys going different ways. What's zone defense do? Helps you keep your eyes on everything. Now, your back's not turned covering Tyler Warren or somebody like that, right? So you can see everything in front of you. Also within that, when you play zone defenses a lot of the time, hey, Daniel Jones, hey, Seth Hutt, he drops back. Oh, wait, what coverage is this? Hold on. He pats the ball one extra time. Oh, man, TJ Watt just knocked me out, right? That's what playing zone can do to you, too. Instead of the week before where Jordan Love's like, wait, I'm about to get hit. Oh, wait, I have a one-on-one. Let me just throw it up. Tucker Kraft catches it and then runs 60 yards. Or Christian Watson catches it, right? And the free safety's not deep enough and the other guy's getting beaten man-to-man coverage. So I think that approach was brilliant. They need to do that. They don't have the cover guys to play man-to-man 60% of the time. And that I think was the first thing that jumped out to me about the football game. And then the Colts doing some things that we just haven't seen them do
Making
this year.
mistakes.
Right.
They just really haven't made mistakes this year until yesterday.
You're not going to look at the Steelers' offense. I'm still going to sit here and go, that's got to be better.
Right.
I mean, again, the turnover ratio at one point was like 5-0, and it was like, wait, the Colts are driving at 17-7. Right? Even with 5 turnovers, you're like, oh, they're driving. Like, it doesn't matter. They're moving the ball. And then I believe that was the Alex Highsmith strip sack maybe, and then they go down and make the game 24-7, and that's where it got a little out of hand as far as the score is concerned. But the game felt perfectly for Pittsburgh. Almost like I'm going to say with Buffalo is, I like where they're going, but am I sold it's all fixed? No, I'd like to see another game. I mean, it's 7-0 Colts. They go right down the field. Then Josh Downs drops the punt, or the punt hits him, right? And I know the Steelers didn't score on this next drive. They got stopped on the 4th and goal. I get that. But it still was a big play and a big moment for me as far as momentum was concerned, because it was a little bit like, whoa, the Colts went down the field easy. They made another stop. Aaron Rodgers and them are off the field again, and it looks like they're going to get the ball and get going. And that kind of just disrupted the flow of the football game a little bit. And then, of course, we saw the defense start to make some plays.
It really was more of the same for the Steelers offense. Rodgers, 5.6 yards per attempt.
Right.
His average time to throw, 2.33 seconds. They're not going to probably change who they are in that aspect, Chris. It's just that it's balls out real quick game. I just think if you're going to play that way, it feels like they need one more playmaker on this offense. It's very hard to live this way against. And they beat the Colts. Like, credit to an amazing defensive performance.
Yep, I hear you.
But the story with the Steelers is, can they win a playoff game this year?
Yes.
It's like they need one more guy in that offense.
I don't disagree. I mean, I don't disagree. I'll be interested to see if they make that aggressive type move.
Right.
They've done some things this year in the offseason. Aaron Rodgers, DK Metcalf, more years of guaranteed money for TJ Watt and his contract, where those aren't normal Steelers things.
Right. Cam Hayward, I think, got more money
Cam Hayward,
again.
a little more sprinkle on the pot that way. So, will they do something? I'll be interested as well. They're a playoff caliber team, right? But, the defense has got to look the way it did yesterday. And I know Rodgers and that's going to be efficient, but, like, to your point, it's hard work all the time to play that way.
It feels that way.
It is hard work. And you heard me say it last week. I mean, somebody tell me the last time you saw Aaron Rodgers drop back and throw a deep in cut on rhythm, or everything is here, here, here. Oh, I scrambled a little or a bootleg. Boom, I did that. There's not a lot of in the pocket, work the middle of the field type of passes in their offense. So it's just hard to survive that way. But their defense did a lot of good things.
Steelers Nation, strap in tight, because this moment might just be one of the defining swings of our 2025 season. The air is thick with tension, rumors are flying, and all signs point to one thing. The Pittsburgh Steelers aren't done yet, not even close. The trade deadline is hours away, and while most teams hesitate or second guess, we've got Omar Khan lurking in the shadows, ready to make another signature move. You better believe that if he sees even a sliver of opportunity, he's pulling that trigger. Let's set the scene. We're coming off one of the most satisfying, hard-fought wins of the season. A 27-20 victory over the red-hot Indianapolis Colts, a team many thought would steamroll into Acrisure Stadium and walk out with a W. But not on our turf. Our defense, after weeks of criticism, flipped the switch. 6 takeaways, 5 sacks, constant pressure. The type of effort that reminded everyone in the league who the Pittsburgh Steelers really are when we play with heart, grit, and that old school steel curtain swagger. But here's the truth. That win was just the beginning. Because with Aaron Rodgers at the helm, a living legend with only one season guaranteed in the black and gold, every decision we make now carries the weight of championship urgency. This isn't about a rebuild. This isn't about patience. This is about maximizing the now. This is about legacy. And that brings us to the name that's lighting up every Steelers forum, every insider column, Deonte Banks. Let me say it louder. Deonte Banks, the former 2023 first-round pick out of Maryland, a corner the Steelers loved during the draft process, a guy with size, speed, and upside, but now buried in a dysfunctional 2-9 Giants team that's looking to sell. Brian Batko from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette dropped the nugget, and it fits like a glove. A young, hungry corner who needs a new start. A player who could immediately inject energy and upside into a secondary that's shown flashes but needs reinforcements. Joey Porter Jr. is coming into his own. Minkah Fitzpatrick is elite when healthy, but depth matters. Consistency matters. You can't march into January without reliable coverage on both sides. Imagine Banks stepping in opposite JPJ. Imagine opposing quarterbacks staring down that duo, with Watt and Highsmith breathing down their necks. That's a defense that doesn't just make stops, it dictates games. And if you think that's all, think again, because Khan might not be done. There's whispers, whispers, about Reek Woolen out of Seattle. A 6'4", long-armed freak in nature who's fallen slightly out of favor, but still oozes all-pro potential. Now, Seattle's in the playoff hunt, so this one's trickier. But if there's even a crack in that door, we know who's ready to kick it wide open. Khan doesn't miss. This front office knows the stakes. The AFC North is a war zone. Baltimore's hot, Cincinnati is creeping, Cleveland is tough. Every inch counts. Every piece added matters. And the Steelers, sitting at 5-8, first in the division, have a window right now. With the right addition or two, we're not just a playoff team, we're a dangerous one. And while we're talking additions, let's not forget the offense. Yeah, Arch is managing well, Warren is finding the end zone, DK Metcalf is that vertical threat, but imagine giving Arch a reliable possession guy, a Jacoby Myers type, someone who can move the chains, work the slot, and open up the red zone. That changes the game. That makes our offense unpredictable. That turns field goals into touchdowns. Steelers Nation, this is it. The moment when the good teams separate from the great ones. The moment when franchises make moves that fans talk about for years. This is our window, and we've got a GM in Omar Khan who isn't afraid to leap through it. So I want to hear from you. Is Deonte Banks the guy? Do we swing big and snag a wide receiver too? Or is there another name out there you've got your eye on? Whatever it is, the time to act is now, because once that deadline passes, this roster is locked and loaded for the fight ahead. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Who should the Steelers go get? What would you do if you were in Khan's seat? And hey, if you believe this team is building something special, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and turn those notifications on, because you know Steelers Nation Wire is your home for every trade, every rumor, every highlight, every breakdown. We don't miss a beat, and we never will. This ride, it's just getting started. Let's ride it all the way to January, and maybe even February. Let's go, Steelers. This is our time. Black and gold, all in.